And we are back.
Hello.
Okay, straight up. I am so excited about this episode.
I know you are.
Okay, so, folks, I know I've said that I'm excited about each episode, and I am. Okay, I honestly am. That's not an untrue statement, but this one is a special place in my heart. This is episode 14.
Okay.
And
what are we doing?
Well, I'll begin with this. I'll say this. Greetings, Starfighter. You have been recruited by the Star League to defend the frontier against Zur and the Codon Armada. Those words echo in my mind as a child. I watched this film from 1984 about a billion times.
You wanted to be the last Starfighter.
I wanted to be the last Starfighter. That is the film we are reviewing today. We are going back. Now, I've said, we're going back a little bit. And you're like, oh, we're going way back 10 years ago. And I'm like, no, that's not that far. This is decently far.
Is very...
It's not crazy far. We're not doing like the 60s or the 20s or anything. We're not doing any silent films. This is, though, a cult classic film.
It
is.
We can officially declare this one a classic.
Absolutely. In my opinion, other people might be like, "Oh, I hated that film." Whatever, that's cool. But I grew up with this film. I watched this film on repeat for a lot of reasons. One, just being, this kid that lived out in the country. I was like, yeah, I want to play a video game and then be somebody special.
Right.
Like, I want to be that. I want to
be the chosen one.
The chosen one. And, of course, that's the draw of Harry Potter. It's the draw of Star Wars. To be this nobody kid that has a special thing that calls them. And this had the makings of all of those things. But honestly, I watched this again and trying to be as critical as I could be to allow the nostalgia to not shadow the film overall.
Right, to not dictate.
No, yeah.
How you
break it down. Exactly. Because it does need fixes. It does.
It does. It could have been a little bit of a better, more
complete
story.
An epic. Because this was a movie that had the first steps in that 3D animation, right?
Oh, man. We were... Yeah. Definitely baby steps.
Baby steps. This is one of those that you look back and go, oh...
Yeah.
Not like a Jurassic Park where you go, that stands out. That totally works.
It's real.
No, this was...
It doesn't look real, but you could tell how excited they were about it.
Oh, man. I remember seeing it going, whoa, it's like...
How did they?
That starship is flying, man. That's so good.
Yeah.
And then looking at it now, I'm like, a child could create that now. I mean,
that's true.
Absolutely. Just on their phone. Could create graphics as good as that.
It could better,
much better.
Yeah.
Than that. But the Last Starfighter, man, it was just defined so much of so many people's lives, but
gave a lot of little boys hope.
A lot of hope.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen this film, I highly suggest you giving it a chance. Go look, and don't break it down and be like, oh man, the graphics were not great. Okay, the effects were not great.
They were for their time.
They were literally groundbreaking.
Yeah, nobody had ever seen really.
Nothing like that
before.
And so I mean, Star Wars was, obviously before this, and they did crazy things,
special effects models, but this was the first true
3D modeling,
computer 3D
generated
animated
stuff. Right, and
graphics.
And there was other things out there that they were doing, but like this one was really out there and everybody could see it, and we were really excited about it. So for those of you that haven't seen this beautiful film, the story goes as far as a summary, right? This is Alex Rogan. He's this restless teenager. He's stuck in this rundown trailer park. And I say rundown. He's stuck down. He's stuck in a.
It's not really rundown.
It's a trailer park. It's actually a fairly nice trailer park.
It's kind of charming, actually.
Kind of charming trailer park.
When I watch this, I'm like,
yeah, It's not that bad.
They're all neighborly.
They were
And they're
sweet.
so kind, and
They were
it's
sweet.
like a little community. And
Yeah, so it's not really quite run down. It's
just small town.
trailer
Not a
park.
lot going on,
Right.
but it was very sweet.
And he dreams of escaping this kind of life, but he finds his only outlet is obsessively playing an arcade game called Starfighter. And then he gets the high score and basically beats the game, and he discovers that it was secretly a recruitment tool for an interstellar defense force, okay, the Star League. And he's then whisked away by this eccentric alien Centauri to fight in a very real galactic war against the Kodan Armada. And, he's reluctant. He's like, I don't know, what? And he's just swept up in it. But then he ultimately becomes their only hope to survive. And he then represents the Star League, and he's piloting a very powerful Gunstar ship, which is the same ship that he played in the video game, right?
Correct.
And then he makes this desperate last stand, and then kind of a weird subplot back on Earth. There's this robotic clone Beta, Alex, and it impersonates him to cover that he's missing. And it's supposed to be kind of comic. And
yeah, it's a little silly.
Yeah, it's comic, but then it gets deadly, and it's kind of strange. And then you jump back to the climactic battle, and Alex uses this thing called the Death Blossom, which really wasn't introduced until the last second. So it's kind of like the Deus Machina to make everything be okay, which I didn't love. And it's this weapon that destroys the enemy fleet, and he's now the Last Starfighter, and he beat everybody, and he wins. Yeah. And then he returns to Earth to bring his girlfriend Maggie back with him to the stars to start kind of a new life.
Yeah. Right, to rebuild.
Because there's no Starfighters left.
He's the
last one. So what we liked, as a kid and even now, I wanted to be this Starfighter so bad. That's clearly...
It's inspirational.
Yes, this random video game can make me special. And it made me play a lot of video games, making me go, well, maybe I'll be the Frogger champion. Maybe I'll be the Pac-Man champion. And the alien will come down and say, the ghosts are attacking. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Someone will beam you up and make you,
a lot of
prodigy.
Yes, a lot of us thought that.
And you'll save the universe.
Right. So anything that you liked about this film?
Yes, I liked this film a lot. I liked the nostalgia. Right. I really enjoy kind of the typical 80s films.
Yep.
I just really, really, I don't know what it is about it. Just takes me back.
Yeah, the 80s.
Really like that era.
There's a lot of stuff in the 80s, though, that they just didn't feel like they needed to try too hard on, because they're just like, it's easy. Let's just kind of throw that in there, and no big deal. It was kind
of a fun story. They wanted to showcase, this new technology.
Right.
I liked the film. I liked the idea. It's kind of the typical hero's journey, which I really enjoyed. Right. The ordinary kid who finds out that he's actually extraordinary and special, and then gets recruited to save
everything,
something much bigger than himself.
Correct. Right.
And I of course I love those kind of stories.
Sure.
Those are the best kind of stories.
Absolutely love it. Some hot take misses here. Just hot take. I've got one that I thought was an interesting one. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go?
Just like a miss.
Yeah, miss, hot take. What's one thing that you
didn't really have anything to do with the plot?
Just like okay, or a miss that you just go, that one, man, didn't hit for me at all.
Maybe when the little brother pulls out the Playboy magazines.
Yeah, that didn't quite matter.
It wasn't necessary, and it was
not an '80s movie.
I was like, exactly. I was like, of course, being the age that I am now, I was instantly like, who in the world is letting this child?
Where is his mother? Who? Goodness gracious.
Why does it? And his brother knows about it and isn't doing anything about it. And I'm imagining like the long-term effects on this child
Man,
and his
it really threw you for a loop
marriage
there.
in the future.
Oh, goodness. All right,
all of the things. So
well-
I just felt like he did not need it, and we
Didn't need it. Toss that out.
Yep, we didn't need it.
My hot take miss here was there is Zur, right? Now, Zur is the son of the leader who is, the leader of the
good
whole,
guys.
The good guys, yeah. The Star Alliance, I forgot what they're called. The Star Alliance, I think. And let me see. Actually, it's called the Star League. Star League. Okay.
Star League.
So the leader of the Star League, his son, Zur, we find out it's his son.
His son.
He knew about the location of their base, and yet they stayed there.
Yeah.
And then they shot these rock missiles at them.
Yeah.
Why did you stay there?
Why?
Don't know. I mean, other than just they needed to.
It was like, it looked expensive.
Well,
it was built into the side of a mountain.
They needed to get rid of all the Starfighters. There's a better way to get rid of them. But they just shot these missile rocks at them. It was silly that they didn't move. I mean, they should have been somewhere else.
They weren't missiles, by the way.
Yeah, they were rocks.
They were rocks that
rock missiles. That's
exploded on. No,
yeah.
I know. I think that was funny.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, so they opened up a hole to attack, and this is what they're shooting at.
They're shooting rocks at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right, so let's get into it. Yeah, you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, Act 1. The trailer park life. Alex's world felt really kind of okay to me.
He was living a kind of a quaint little life.
Yeah. His
Nothing wrong with how he was living.
Yeah,
folks.
I mean, it's just like they were, kind of quirky character neighbors there. But his ordinary world is like supposed to. I feel like it didn't really make him need to want to go anywhere. He's. I think that it's supposed to contrast with an extraordinary galactic adventure, but instead, I was just kind of like, well, his life is okay. Honestly, he should be, yearning to escape, right?
Right.
But he kind of was like, it was nice. I mean,
yeah.
Even though it was a trailer park, and I think that's what they were trying to do is like trailer parks are trashy, but
it wasn't.
It was really quaint and sweet.
It was and like all of his neighbors rallied behind him.
Yeah, whenever he was like
supportive of
trying
him.
to win the game, they all showed up. I was like,
they all showed up
if
when
I'm
he was
trying to win a
beat
game. And all my neighbors showed up now. I'd be like, what is happening? Get away from me.
They were all giving him high fives.
They were
and
so
cheering
supportive.
him on.
Yeah.
I mean, he was desperate.
Right.
Desperate to get out of there.
Yeah. I'm like,
but then the build up to
bad.
that was just that he had to do chores.
Yeah.
It was kind of like,
yeah.
Why are you so desperate to leave?
Why do you
got
to get out of here?
Yeah.
So for a fix, give Alex a way tougher life that he wants to escape. Not just he's got to repair some electrical bugs and help around the trailer park and plunge some toilets. Which it was never really explained, I guess, that his mom managed it, I guess.
Yeah, there was a manager sign on their
I guess
trailer.
that was the deal.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing that he has to do it.
But then she also had another job.
Yeah. So keeping everything going.
Yeah.
But I get it. But he's got to, it's got to be more.
Yeah, he had to help around the trailer.
Right.
Part.
And also for that part, for that matter, it's probably going to get me in trouble with this. I don't think he should have had as much family as he did. Okay.
Yeah.
His mother.
He had a big support system.
He did. He's got all these family ties that ground him and anchor him to this place of like a mom and a little brother and his girlfriend is there. But like, I think he needs to be kind of on his own. He's kind of a loner. Like, my mom passed away a couple years ago and I'm managing this and I don't want to. He's stuck under this.
He's stuck.
Right? He's stuck. And if he's got a little brother, he's feeling like pulled down to him. He has to do this.
Right.
Even the little brother is like make him a little bit more independent.
He's got ties, man.
Yeah, he needs to. Yeah, but like these family connections that he's got, I think he needs to be kind of a loner. Like he feels like there's nothing for me here.
Right.
Because his mom clearly loves him. If she was abusive, then it could work, but that's not an 80s movie then. You know what I mean?
Right,
She needs to be not in the picture, in my opinion.
I guess maybe they had her in the picture so that when he leaves at the end,
right,
that, she's there to take care of the little brother.
Of the little brother. But
there wasn't a real big motivation for him to want to go.
Right.
Which I think is your whole point.
The whole thing. Exactly. And see, for his desire to escape, it's going to be, a bigger choice then for him to leave and to choose to be the last Starfighter.
Yes.
Okay. So, next, Maggie's role. This is girlfriend. It feels really thin early on. She mostly exists basically as Alex's girlfriend. She's hesitant about leaving the park. She's like, oh, grandma.
Yeah, she knows what she's got.
Yeah.
She's like, why are you trying to leave all the time?
Yeah.
Like, this is great. She's got a grandma there. She's got family.
Yeah. And
he keeps saying, you're scared. You're so scared.
Yeah.
You're just scared to leave. I'm like, oh, maybe she likes it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she does, but she doesn't have a whole lot of depth until Alex is whisking her away at the end in this adventure. Making her stay, I don't know. It just, to me, it doesn't make a ton of sense in the overall picture, because for a fix, I think Maggie, she has to have this subplot in Act 1 of this, that she also has these ambitions.
Yeah.
She wants to travel.
Right.
And that's one of her big things. She's always, I want to travel. I want to do these great things with you. And let it parallel Alex's longing to escape.
Right.
So they want to both leave together. She can be hesitant. But how? Like, I want to do these things, but how? How can I possibly do this?
I can't afford it.
I can't afford to do this.
And
then later, when after Alex's gigantic galactic conflict, it's a natural progression of her character to choose to go.
Yeah.
Right? Instead of being kind of pulled along for the ride.
Yeah, kind of.
And I have a big
guilt
fix.
Tripped into leaving.
I have a big fix at the end of this that I'm not going to, I don't want to reveal it now.
Okay.
But I just think that she needs to want to go as well.
Yeah.
Not like, everything is great here. That kind of thing.
Yes.
Next. Okay, so basically Alex, he wins this video game. I mean, he does this thing and he wins. They say high score, but basically he wins, right?
Yeah, breaks the record.
And then Centauri shows up. And this is a side thing. So this is not a main point or anything like that. So many times on this podcast, and we'll say it, I'm sure, in the future with many other shows, they always make these sci-fi adventures and their names are like, I am Bakraha, and I am from the planet, and you're like, dude, I can't.
Yeah.
Why do you do that?
How am I supposed to even remember this?
This show, they're like, hey, here's an alien shows up, and his name is Centauri. Yes. Thank you. Simple. I got it. Okay, his name is Centauri. You didn't have to make it this crazy name. It was straightforward and simple. Thank you. So that's a big thank you to do that.
Yes, thank you for doing that.
Yes. So Centauri shows up, but he's like this.
Now, do we remember any of the other names? Well, Zur, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
That's pretty easy to remember too.
But he shows up like this door-to-door salesman in like this magic space car. And of course, the doors open up as all future cars do. The doors open up.
Yeah, you knew this was not a regular Earth car.
No, because the doors, they open up.
The doors
straight
open up instead of out.
When they open up, it's a space adventure. You absolutely
We're either going to the future or we're going to space.
That's right. But when he shows up, it's very abrupt and even actually kind of goofy.
He's
instead of
kind of like a carny, right? Like he's like a carnival.
He is. He's this
worker.
hey, how you doing? Hey, kid.
Hey, you want come win the teddy bear?
I got this special ride. Here we go, kids. Here we go. And that isn't. I just wish that they'd tweak this character more.
Yeah.
For a fix, have Centauri show up a little bit earlier, because so imagine this, right?
Yeah.
His game, you don't just play the game and you are being tested. The game tests potential.
Right.
And so just playing it even one time can give them this person has potential. And we're going to get into the quote gift of being a starfighter later. But this idea of this person, I'm identifying this person as potentially, a real starfighter.
Right.
Right. And this is a big deal. So he shows up. He shows up at the trailer park, and he's like even hanging around. He's maybe a new person that has a right. He's got his
like
trailer.
Make him part of Alex's life.
That's right,
bit.
and he's watching him, and he's watching the progression and on the machine, and make he's like, hey, I've seen you play this. Give him a little bit of a mentor push now and again to, hey, man, it's going to be okay. Hey, you're doing really good at the game, and keep playing and keep going.
Every hero needs a mentor.
And a little mentor. And then maybe even some tips and strategies of like, hey, when you drop down to this thing and blah, blah. And it's like, oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. Giving him some thoughts to like, how about this? Then when Centauri finally reveals himself, it's like destiny is catching up, right? Destiny is now calling. And it's not some weird gimmicky, hey, kid, how you doing? Right?
Hey,
thing.
get in my car.
Jump in my car. I got something special for you.
I'm not dangerous.
Yeah. And, he can if he's this flim-flam man, it doesn't work for me. I think he's like this really,
right, because
good-hearted, intentional. Because they also make him kind of all about the money.
They make him about the money,
and it doesn't really work for me.
If he doesn't really care about the cause,
right,
then he doesn't really care about Alex,
right. And that's kind of I just didn't like it. He needs to be like this top recruiter.
He does, and actually care about why he's recruiting these guys.
He absolutely.
I love the idea of having him show up earlier, being one of the community, maybe even in the trailer park.
Right.
And he's a mentor, and he talks Alex through some things, and he encourages him, and then all of a sudden he reveals himself as, hey, I've been this guy all along. You're the one I'm looking for.
Right. And so then obviously when Alex doesn't believe himself, he's there to step in.
Does.
So that's what's going on.
Right. Because he basically, in the way it is now, he just kidnaps Alex.
Kidnaps him. You'll see. It's a surprise. He keeps
pretty much. He just literally just kidnaps him against his will. Yeah.
It's not a good look, Centauri. Next, once Alex does get basically kidnapped.
Yeah.
In this, he's pretty cool about all this.
You know
how relaxed he is when he jumps into space, and then Centauri is basically this green alien dude with glowing red eyes.
Yeah.
He seems really okay with pretty much all of it.
Maybe not okay. That's probably not the word, but definitely bewildered. A little bit puzzled.
Yeah.
His eyebrows kind of go up a little bit.
Yeah, but that's
he's going into space.
Yes.
Through a wormhole.
Yeah.
The guy Centauri takes his face off.
Yeah, takes his eyes out.
Clean his eyes. And and I mean, I think they try to play it off because Alex is like, man, I must be dreaming. He says that a couple of times, but it's obviously real.
But he calmly says that. Look, for a fix, man, lose your mind. That's the fix, dude. You need to be like, what is happening?
You should be freaking out.
He should be freaking out, man. Not just kind of like, oh, okay, that's weird. Nope. Not good enough. You need to flip out and be like, what is happening? Let me out of here.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're like, maybe, and like he could even faint.
He could faint. This is another good reason why Centauri needs to be a mentor that he knows and trusts already.
Right.
Because when he goes into freak out mode, Centauri...
Like, trust me, dude.
Centauri can reassure him.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, Act 2. Rylos and the Star League feel super underdeveloped. The Star League's headquarters and Alien Council and all that, they look cool, and the Starfighters look cool, but we don't get much about their culture or why this war matters.
Yeah.
We get this small speech
nothing.
And straight to chanting victory or death.
Victory or death. To which Alex is like, no thanks.
None of the above. I'll take
no
none
thanks.
of these.
And it's kind of funny to me that they're like, these starfighters are our only hope. And there's like, what?
10 of them.
7 of them?
No, okay, so here's the thing. I didn't mind that, and I'll tell you why in just a second.
I needed an army.
Okay, all right. I'll tell you why I didn't mind that necessarily in just a second. But I still didn't get about, like, really why this war was happening.
No.
Didn't understand, just like, oh.
What were they gaining? What was this dark
nothing
force of whatever it was? What were they like the enemy, the villains? What were they gaining by this?
What did they want? because the son has, which we talk about here in a second. Zur, like, he's betrayed
everybody.
them, but again, we don't get any of the why or any of that stuff. We needed more. Okay, so look, for a fix for this, and this is kind of this is a big one for me.
Yeah,
I think this is one of the biggest ones in the whole film. First of all, we didn't get that training montage with the Gunstars, and that is unforgivable.
Right.
Straight up, that we didn't have a bunch of these starfighters out there training in these Gunstars. And I know that, like, they're probably like, we can't afford it with the budget.
It's a necessity.
This has to happen.
You cannot have the hero's journey without
the training montage.
Without the training.
I'm the biggest sucker for a training montage. I love it.
Yeah.
And this movie offers none, other than literally, like, at the very end, he's like, I'm going to squeeze off some targets.
He's like, the buttons are right in front of you. And then...
That's not enough, dude.
Yeah.
Nope. I say montage. Give me my montage.
Yeah.
All right.
I agree.
Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like that is the moment to shine. But, okay, now here's the big one, okay? I wanted to see all the starfighters in their Gunstars doing their thing. And it should be made very clear, because they talk about it a lot. It's this gift. They keep going, oh, you don't have the gift of being a starfighter. They need to make the gift almost like in as Harry Potter, he's like, oh, you're a wizard. You have the magical genes or whatever. In Star Wars, it's the midichlorians that they give you the Force. You have the gift that basically doesn't just allow you to get in the machine, and work it and shoot things, because anybody could do that. They could be trained to do that.
Anybody could be trained if you needed
that. When you're in a Gunstar, a true starfighter connects to the machine in a way that others can't.
Okay.
That it's almost like a spiritual connection that allows them to shoot and fire and lead the guns and the ship to be in a special place where other people just cannot do it.
Okay.
It's not a machine. It's connected to them.
Right. They become one.
They're like one thing.
One with the machine, with the spaceship gun machine.
Correct. So if they have this connection with these Gunstars, then it allows them to, like, use them and be a true starfighter. And that's why, Centauri couldn't do it, and all these other people, which only allows, like, look, there's 20 of them down there. And in the whole galaxy, they're really special. Okay. So that's why I didn't mind.
Kind of like the Jedi.
Right.
There's just a select few of them.
Correct.
And that's what the video game was all about, maybe identifying who has the gift.
That's right. Next, Zur and the Kodan Alliance are, again, also super underdeveloped. They're these villains, right? And they're kind of cartoonish and like, even like the little thing that flips around his eye, it's silly. Honestly, I didn't mind that much, but it's
somebody
weak.
in props
loved that bit.
That worked really hard on getting that to flip over his eye without him having to do it manually.
Right. But the motivations were weak and never explained. Zur's just basically a spoiled child.
He is.
And it doesn't work.
He just wants power, and he's throwing a tantrum.
That's right.
Even the people he's ruling don't like
That's
him.
right. So, for a fix, Zur is a fallen starfighter. Oh, yeah. He fails the test in the end. He doesn't quite have it. He had been faking it. He'd been using other means to try to fake the system, but he was found out, and it was a shameful act to try to fake the system to become a starfighter. And then he turned on his father.
Thus his hate
grew. Right.
Yeah.
You like that?
Okay.
Yeah. That was a good one.
The only thing he ever wanted to be
a starfighter.
Was a starfighter.
And now it's to destroy them.
And
he
now
wants to destroy them all.
It's the classic.
It's classic. If I can't be them, I'm going to destroy them.
Yeah.
Right. So it's personal. It raises the tension. It's perfect.
Yeah. I agree. That's a great plot point.
Thank you. Next, Alex's refusal of the call. It just lacks it lacks teeth. Frankly, it's he's like, I don't want to die, and then he's like, I want a normal life. But he was just
right.
He was just saying
after he was just desperate to not have his life.
Then it's sulky and it's silly because he's like, I want a normal life. After
I want to be great. I just don't want to die doing it.
I want to be great, but I don't really want to do anything dangerous. well, look, man, you have the gift. You have to answer the call. But anyway, I think for a fix, raise the cost of the choice. Okay.
Yeah.
When Alex returns to Earth after he says no, he finds that the trailer park has been attacked. Okay. Now, because there are several assassins that come down.
Yeah.
Great. But it's been attacked. And a lot of the trailer park has been destroyed.
Right. It's caused damage to the people that he loves.
Yeah, many people have been hurt and or killed. And, then basically he realizes that Earth is on the line too.
Right.
This isn't just some far off problem. He has to do this because so then he eventually it's a yes. And then it's an act of courage, not an act of kind of convenience, right? It's an act of like, I have to do it.
Right.
Okay?
Right. This is bigger than me now.
It's bigger than me. Next, the beta unit, which is his robot double, right?
Right. His doppelganger.
It's played for comedy's sake, and that's fine.
There were some moments that were kind of funny.
And that's fine, but it's almost all goofy and silly, and I was like, oh, come on. So here's the thing. It's all silly, but like in this version, we have the trailer park being attacked. So like how cool would it have been for a fix if Beta Alex was planning? Like he knew possibly there's an attack and he's setting booby traps and little things and
he's defending.
Right. Like all of a sudden everybody's like, man, my phone line's incredible because he needs it to like set up sensors.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because at the beginning they're having all these electrical troubles, and what if all of a sudden everything's working perfectly?
Super crazy well, right? Because he needs it to.
Right.
Because he's
got to have communication.
He's got to have communication.
He's got to have a line of defense.
Right. And so he's protecting them as best he can. Mm. And even though some people do get hurt and the trailer park is basically destroyed because, again, we need it to be destroyed because it severs another thing that Alex is coming back for.
Right.
Right. But he's doing that. And then, in the trailer park, in this moment when it is attacked, Beta Alex is killed.
Okay.
Right. In this very sad moment of protecting and they think it's Alex.
It's Alex. It's
Alex
real
that's
Alex.
died.
Yeah.
Right. But it's this, whenever the real Alex returns, he's, the other Alex, the Beta Alex is like, he sees what he's done and it mirrors what Alex should do. Do you see? He should stand up for people. He's like, oh man, this Beta, and they're like, yeah, that's, Centauri's like, that's
he sacrificed himself to save
the people, and he's like that goodness is in you.
So he's like inspirational for Alex,
right?
The real Alex
to do the right thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Then so get to Act 3.
Yeah.
Right. The death of the Starfighters. We cut back to the Starfighters. They all die from the rock missiles,
right?
Which I think is a huge mistake. And this is pretty quick. I think for a fix, they die in battle when Alex has gone to Earth.
Okay.
They die in battle. This is another motivation hit for him to succeed because these other starfighters have been killed. And like when he returns, he's like, I could have helped them. Right?
Yeah.
But I wasn't there for them. Because like in the original, he's bonded with some of these people. Because we had the training montage.
Because we had the training.
And we know who they are. And we got to know some of the starfighters. Instead of I stepped on one of the big guy's tentacles. Wonk, wonk. And he's going to crush
he's
me.
Mad at me.
Right. You got to know these other starfighters.
Yeah.
Right? You got to know who they are.
And they're passionate about the cause.
Right.
And they believe in it.
Right.
And,
And it's a big
they're
deal.
They're heroes.
That's right.
And
he's broken by it. And
yeah.
he's like, I wasn't there for them. So it's an even more motivation. It layers more on, I have to do this and do this the right way. Because all of this, like, oh gosh, I don't know. Oh golly gee. Once he answers the call, he needs to answer the call.
Right. He needs to be
all in. And that's done through the sacrifice back on Earth of whenever, and there's another one here we're going to get to because it's a little bit out of order, but of Beta Alex dying, some of the trailer park being destroyed, and then this next problem that I see. Centauri's death was weak, in my opinion. He was basically just shot by an assassin. Look,
and we're supposed to feel something
we're supposed
about it,
right?
But because he was just kind of this wackadoo,
Yeah, flim flam
silly,
man, right?
Yeah,
it was like, oh no,
carny guy.
Yeah, we felt nothing.
We felt nothing about his death.
Yeah, so basically,
and really, that's Alex's turning point in the original movie.
Yeah, it's kind of a turning point to go, okay.
Yeah, Centauri's death is when he's like, all right, I'll go back and fight.
And I don't mind, that being that, because, if he's put all these things together, for a fix, we've had him be a great mentor. Right?
Yeah, he needed to be a mentor.
His death is a huge loss. Whenever he's retrieving Alex from the trailer park and he comes back for him because he saw that Beta Alex has died and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Centauri has to sacrifice himself because there is another assassin
a rogue assassin
that's still there, didn't get killed. And it shoots him. He jumps in the way just like he had done in the original movie. But of course it's bigger, not just like, oh, watch out. And then he's got that speech, right? That speech that gives him the thing of like, I'll be okay, and just listen, don't let this be for nothing. And you're like, oh, man.
Make it worth it.
Make it worth it. So Beta's gone. Centauri's gone. Trailer park is destroyed. And Maggie sees what's happening. And he, right then and there, he tells Maggie what's going on, right?
Yeah.
And he's got to make sure that Earth is, saved. But more importantly, that she will be saved. Because he's got to go do this thing.
Right.
And he's going to return to her then, really as a hero.
Yes.
Or he's not going to return at all, right?
Yes.
And then, okay, so here's the thing. Here's my bit here. Maggie is, distraught and she's sad. She sees him drive away in the car and she's like, oh gosh. And then she goes over to the video game and she looks at that and she's like, be safe, Alex. And she starts, she puts a quarter in. Like, she's like, I'm going to see the world through Alex's eyes. And we're like, oh, man, we see
some
that
way
sweet,
to connect with
that
him.
little connection there, right? And then, okay, so the next one is we're back up in space, right? And he's battling and he's doing his thing. And I don't mind them hiding out in a cave. That's fine. I don't mind that. But Alex wins this battle like so easy.
Yeah.
He does. This Death Blossom maneuver is just like instant cheat code win.
It is a cheat code.
It's a cheat code.
It's absolutely a cheat code.
It undercuts the tension of the battle. It makes Alex like,
why did he even need the gift?
Yeah, why did he even need the gift at all?
If you had
it wasn't
this
hard
weapon.
earned. Exactly. For a fix, give us the massive battle that Alex already showed and mirrored, in the video game.
Yes.
Give us that to begin with, right? This is the big guy.
Right.
This is the big battle. And then the Death Blossom is, they're out of weapons, they're out of torpedoes, they're out of everything. The guns have been destroyed, and they do need something to take out some of the guys that are still coming in. He uses it, but look, how about it doesn't quite work?
Yeah.
And his skill comes into play, not his navigators.
Right.
Where he's like, Alex's skill that he used back on Earth to fix all the stuff.
Yeah.
The gadgety stuff. Like, make him fix it. Like, think Apollo.
When he fixed the cable, he didn't realize that he was actually.
He was ready to fix the Starfighter.
That he was actually going to need that knowledge.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it shows his ingenuity.
Right. So think like Apollo 13 with the duct tape stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He has to figure out a way to make it work because it's been damaged or whatever. And he has to outthink the enemy then. And then just let his genius then shine in that moment.
I like it.
That you're showing off his skills, right? Lastly, the ending is super abrupt. Alex returns home. Maggie's, there. Everybody's like, yay. And then credits roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they
They're
take
like,
off.
oh, you went to space. Oh, okay, I guess.
Yeah. There's no emotional weight, really.
Yeah.
He shows off his navigator alien friend, and the end. For the end, I think for a fix, extend this a little bit. Show Alex introducing Maggie, and saying, "Hey, this is who everybody here," and of course Centauri comes back to life because of course he does because it's an '80s movie,
yeah,
right? So of course he comes back to life.
Of course. We
But
don't know aliens. We
don't
don't know how
we
they
don't-
heal.
That's right. But of course, when he comes back, he reveals, hey, Alex has to come back with us because he's rebuilding this, Star League, and he's the last Starfighter. But he's actually not the last Starfighter. Maggie, you need to come with us because you have the gift.
Oh.
And she's like, what? Because when she played that game, thinking she was going to get closer to Alex by playing this game, she reveals to Centauri, oh, you actually have the gift as well.
Okay.
And so she's wrapped up in this thing. She's like, what are you talking about? She's like, you always wanted to travel, right? And that's the 80s line. There it is.
Yeah.
You always said you wanted to travel, and this is your shot. And she's like, I don't know if I... And he's like, you have the gift. Trust me. And so she's the next recruit to be a starfighter.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even setting up possibly...
And then she and Alex have that bond.
They have the bond, and they're off for starfighter adventures.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Even possibly the brother, if we keep the brother even in this script. If he's going to be there, because
is
again...
he necessary?
Is he necessary? Is he not? If he's not, he doesn't exist. But if he does, he could say, look, we're going to look after him, or he's going to come with us. And he's like, well, he should come too. He's also got it. That sets up like the little brother to possibly just go with them too, because he's been, tagged as he has the gift as well. Because in all of these adventures, there's the guy and the girl and that wacky sidekick little brother. You know what I mean? Perfect 80s movie, setting up sequels naturally. Just sequels just abound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the 80s weren't so much about sequels.
Sure.
Well,
yeah.
I'm like, I say that. And then
Yeah,
I'm like,
a lot of
Terminator.
sequels. Yeah.
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Yeah, there's a lot of sequels. I just feel like it could have been,
Yeah, it could have.
a
It
lot
definitely
bigger.
could have set up some sequels, especially if you had set up the lore
Yep.
and the story of why this war is happening in the first
Right.
place.
The world building had to be bigger.
Yeah, then you could have set up sequels because it could have been based on this foundation.
Right,
of
because in the end, Zur
this
actually
epic-
escapes.
this
and
epic battle.
That's right.
Yeah.
He escapes, and we don't have anything. Well, he's still out there, and he's, going to build another army. So here's the deal. With these fixes, I think Last Starfighter would go from this very charming, I feel, but kind of flawed cult film into, I feel like a genre-defining blockbuster, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The arcade kid becomes a galactic hero.
Yeah.
Is brilliant, in my opinion.
It is.
I think it's brilliant. It just needed, I think, bigger world building, richer stakes, deeper character work.
Yeah.
Right? And you could have earned a lot more, people watching, I think. I think this would have been the Star Wars of video games is what it could have been,
Definitely.
Not just
it definitely had the potential for that.
not just the cool CGI for its time.
Yeah, not just
movie.
hey, let me show off
Right.
what I can do on a computer now.
Right. So anyway, all right, that's the film, folks. I hope you guys had a good time with it.
Yeah, I love The Last Starfighter.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
And if you, like I said, if you haven't seen it, give it a chance. Just plop it in and take a watch of it. Just
Take a watch.
Take a watch. Take a Starfighter watch and enjoy it. No, here's what you do, folks. You get, in the 80s theme, you do your hair up and
you
spike it
feather
all
your
up.
hair.
That's right. You crimp it.
You put your sweatshirt off the shoulder, and then you just cozy up and
Yeah.
you watch The Last Starfighter.
And then
Make
you'll
a
have-
night of it.
Make a night of it. So that's all we got. I hope you guys had a good time, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.